Las empresas deportivas están constantemente recorriendo el mundo en búsqueda de ideas para sus nuevos diseños con base en novedosas tendencias. La competencia por estar en la vanguardia es especialmente intensa en el mercado de los zapatos deportivos. Tony Bettoni, ex asistente de una tienda de ropa, tiene la responsabilidad de crear nuevos diseños para la última colección de zapatos deportivos de la empresa Puma. A los 27 años es el director global de la gerencia de marca y uno de los altos directores de Puma.
I dread that question, like what do you do? And that's why I just dismiss it as I make shoes. And that's it. I never want anybody to know exactly what I do because you're always going to sound like an asshole at the end of the day. You know, there's no way you can not, especially at this age, not come across as an asshole. This one guy, like 4 years ago, I said, I work for Puma. And we were out, like a bunch of us. He's like, so what do? You work in the warehouse or something? And it was like, I got so pissed off. I was like, but then I was like, yeah, I do. You know, I was just like, I box the shoes and I ship them out, you know, and I just leave it at that because you just don't want to get into that. Or at least, like I said, at least I don't want to get into that conversation.
Boston, Estados Unidos. Puma fue fundada en 1948 después de una división entre los hermanos alemanes Dassler. Adi Dassler creó Adidas y su hermano Rudy fundó Puma, empresas contrarias ubicadas una frente a otra en las márgenes de un río en un pequeño pueblo alemán. Durante décadas, Puma ha sido la hermana pobre de las tres grandes, Nike, Adidas y Reebok. Pero en su sede de Estados Unidos, en Boston, Tony Bettoni está intentando llevar a Puma al escenario principal.
We built the office very open, so there was like really no boundaries. None of the offices really have doors. Only a couple of them have doors. There's no ceilings, so there's a sense of openness, but also lack of privacy in certain areas. So you got to take the good with the bad. A lot of people think it's like, you know, all design environments have to be like trampolines and people bouncing off the walls to feel creative. But I mean, if you're just generally a good thinker, and you can pretty much get the job done. That's Mark Sheehan. He's a product line manager for running. He comes from another company. He comes from Nike. Bad news. This was kind of neat, you know, having a fitness center put in. It's small, but it does the trick. I mean, lunchtime is just generally people are in here as much as possible. I don't dare go in here. Like, that would mean I'd have to exercise. And for a sports company, I just try not to do any of that stuff. Not watch sports, not exercise, and any of that crap. This is design. Like I said, a lot of people are still in Taiwan, a lot of people are overseas, so it's generally empty. This is Brad Lacey, who works on SLS, but you'll get to know him more intimately later. Scott Kendall, who's designing a lot of our soccer, and he's bouncing back and forth from Germany. Elizabeth Filarski, she's also on the team, and you'll get to know her as well in a second. This is my little chair and desk with my computer and video camera. And this is my little apartment, which I just tend to live at. See, we were very picky about, I didn't want like a big kind of snotty office with like a big oak desk and all that crap. I wanted 2 couches, a stereo, and a TV, and that's all, and like a dry erase board. And that's basically the best work environment for me to be. I mean, 90% of my day is spent on that couch, just lying down. So that's the office, and I'm not giving you the tour of the outside because it's cold as ass out there.
Desde comienzos de 1980 ha habido un aumento impresionante en la popularidad de los zapatos deportivos en el mundo entero. El año pasado, los británicos compraron casi 50 millones de pares de zapatos deportivos y una de cada 2 personas ahora posee por lo menos un par. La representante de Puma en Londres es Sarah Finney. Tiene como trabajo identificar las últimas tendencias en zapatos deportivos e informar a Tony.
I mean, she's quite cool, she's quite stylish, she's got a pair of Nikes on. We do a lot of recording and researching people, researching market. A lot of time is spent just sitting, watching people go by, recording people. I talk to people a lot. I'm kind of very aware and conscious of what's going on in the magazines, what's big, what people are into, what clubs they go to, what music they like. And all of that has influence on Puma products, on trainers. You need to be able to recognise what people are wearing and why they're wearing them, and you need to be able to spot the things that the individual looks that people have that you know other people are going to copy. Just something that looks cool, and if they look cool and if they're carrying it off, you can guarantee you that, you know, their mates will start dressing like that, and then their mates' mates, and then they'll go out to the clubs, and then somebody, you know, the magazines will get onto it very quickly. So, and it's about spotting what's a look that's going to carry on.
Sara cree que es capaz de adivinar qué tipo de zapatos deportivos usan las personas con tan solo ver qué ropa llevan puesta.
Okay, go with a denim jacket on at the pink top, denim skirt, definitely a flat, probably old school pair, possibly Adidas, definitely not Buffalo, definitely not Vans, definitely not a kind of hiking boot thing. Yeah, she's got Adidas on. He's quite cool. He's probably got trainers on, I reckon. Might have New Balance on or something like that. I don't think he'll be having Buffalos or Vans or anything like that on. Yeah, he's got New Balance. There's whole different groups of people that wear trainers, and they all wear certain kinds of trainers. And in 12 months' time, they'll basically be the same people. They'll still be into the same things, but everything evolves, and you have to kind of instinctively know that as well, because, you know, and you have to be quite brave and quite bold about what you think as well. Sometimes if you convince people enough, they'll believe you anyway, just because you're so confident about it. And maybe in a way that's how trends start. It's just whoever's the most charismatic or the most influential will, you know, filter down. So a lot of what I do sounds quite easy, and it would sound like anybody could just go out and do it, but there is actually a bit of a science to it. Does that sound too, like, improbable?